Hi, I'm Chip Hamlin,
And I'm Earl Prescott.
and this is Tackle Talk with Chip and Earl. How you doing today, Earl?
Chip, I had a big breakfast. I'm feeling great.
I'm glad to hear that, Earl.
How are you doing today, Chip?
Well, I'm about as happy as a squirrel on the first day of spring.
That's really happy.
We're out here on the Lone Star Lake today, out in the great state of Texas, or as the locals like to call it, Tejas.
Chip, there's a saying that I've heard over the years about Texas, and it goes something like this. Everything's bigger in Texas.
I think I've heard that too, Earl.
I don't know what it means.
Well, I think what it means is just that objects are of above average size in the state of Texas.
Oh. What are we fishing for today, Chip?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked, Earl. Today, we're fishing for grass pickerel and spotted bass.
It's about 6:30 a.m. Nice patchy fog out on the lake. It's just a great day to be out fishing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a warm one today for sure. Hope you brought your sunscreen.
I use SPF 30.
30's not bad. That's pretty good.
What are we using for bait today, Chip?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Earl. Today, we got a golden casting spoon. It's a really nice and shiny thing. You can see I'm trying to use the stop and go technique.
Now, Chip, for the people at home who maybe don't know what that means, could you explain the stop and go technique?
Absolutely, Earl. It's a great question. What you do basically is you reel in a little bit, then you stop, reel in a little bit more, then you stop. And as you can see, it creates a kind of a stop and go effect. And it drives the bass crazy.
It's almost like the lure is going up and moving forward, and then immediately after stopping and kind of falling.
That's well said, Earl. I'm trying to fish towards the lilies because the bass and the pickerel, they're a predator fish, you know? So they like to hide in there so that they can sneak up on their prey and eat them. Gotta be careful though, 'cause you don't want to get a snag.
Chip, talking about prey, birds of prey are like your hawks and your eagles, and they hunt rodents and other small animals as their prey. I've seen a hawk descend, grab a hold of a rabbit, and just carry it straight up, into the air back to its nest to nourish itself.
That's well said, Earl. Birds are pretty big.
Chip, what do you say we take our first phone call of the day, have some people on the line who have some questions for us, and would like us to answer them for us.
That's a great idea, Earl, and, we should remind our viewers that they can call him at any time, and because we're here to talk about life, love, and fishing.
We said that last one at the same time.
Yeah, I guess we did, didn't we? You can tell we've been doing this for a little while.
Long time.
Yeah. Oh, I got a little bit of snag
That last
here.
one didn't work out as well, but
Well, they can't all.
looks like this first phone call is on the line. Hello, you're on the chip with Earl.
Hi, Chip and Earl. My name is Bill Brooks. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. And a little while ago, you boys were talking about, well, being accepting towards different kind of people. And, well, I met somebody, and she's very nice to me. And, well, she's got a bit of a speech impediment. And, well, she says the most vile and vulgar statements I've ever heard. And I'm a Christian man. And I don't know if I could be around somebody who sins so much. It's like the devil himself is taking control of her body. And, well, boys, this girl, she put me in between a rock and a hard spot, and I just don't know what to do. And I appreciate you taking the time and helping me out. Talk about fishing and life, because, well, fishing is life. Thanks, boys. Fish on.
Thank you for the call. That was a really great call, I thought. And first of all, congratulations for finding a lady person who's nice to you.
Yeah, that's really great. He was talking about being accepting of people. Vulgarity is never acceptable. I understand sometimes people...
Got a fish on here, Earl. It's a
beautiful
exciting
fish
moment.
on
First fish of the day. What do we got here? This looks like a... Oh, yeah. There's
That's
a
a grass
grass pickerel. That's what we
yep.
were looking for. Look at that.
That's
He's
a
a beauty.
beauty.
They
Yeah.
got
They're ugly.
funny little snouts, you know?
Oh, very prehistoric.
But we're definitely going to keep that one. Sorry, Earl. Didn't mean to cut you off there,
Oh,
but
no.
sometimes the fish,
No, Chip,
they got their own plans.
they don't run on a schedule. So, I understand some people can get upset and frustrated. Sometimes they get annoyed. And they lash out. Sometimes at the people that they love and they care for. But you have to be accepting of this. Maybe if you have a whiteboard or a chalkboard in your home, write a bunch of alternates on it. So when this person that you love in your life starts cursing, instead of saying the S word,
You don't have to say
or
it.
the
We
B
all
word.
know
Yeah,
what
I
you're
know.
talking about.
They can say something along the lines of soup or brownies or Coca-Cola.
I like to say Hufflepuff.
These are acceptable alternatives to your smut that you hear every day from just about everybody on the planet. It's just spewing off this horrible profanity. And We don't need that.
That's so true, Earl. Sometimes I don't go out very often, but sometimes, I'll be walking around town, and, there's lots of nice kids around, but, some of them have, filthy tongues.
They have potty mouths.
I didn't want to, I'd a little strong language, but, yeah, no, you're right. And it shows a lack of respect. Oh, I thought we had a fish on there. It might have just been a snag. Sorry.
Hold your horses.
Yeah, I got a little excited. But, the caller raises a really good point. The good Lord tells us that, we should be accepting, and we should. But at the same time, we gotta stop the sinners from sinning. So what do we do about that? Is it okay to wash their mouths out with soap? I like to use Dawn. It's a good soap.
Chip, have you ever been camping?
Yes, Earl. As a matter of fact, big fan of camping.
I love camping. I'm going camping with my family this weekend. We're all gonna go out into the forest and
Is that
bring our
right?
tents. Yeah, I'm gonna start a little bonfire and cook our...
What campground you had to do, Earl?
Burlingame.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's a good campground. This reminds me of a story. One time I was camping with... You remember Jerry?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't forget Jerry.
Jerry was a... Jeez, how do I say this? Heavy-set gentleman. God bless him.
It's a good way to put it, Earl. It was very sensitive of you.
We went camping in the woods. And we didn't have the best equipment with us. We didn't have the proper tent. We had a very weak tent. We had inadequate fire starting equipment. And we didn't have enough batteries for our flashlights, so we couldn't see when the sun made its final descent over the horizon. And Jerry and I, we go way back, struggling to get the fire lit and get our campsite up. But this moment I have a hard time forgetting, but we heard some sounds coming from the forest behind our campsite. And I've spent a lot of time reading books and stuff, and I knew it was a wild animal. I knew it wasn't another hiker, and I knew it was pretty big.
That could be a scary time.
Oh, Chip, it was absolutely terrifying for both me and Jerry. I was able to get the flashlight working, and I see a grizzly bear. And Chip,
I got another fish on. This is turned out to be a pretty good day. Well, would you look at that? That was a really ambitious fish. Or as I sometimes like to say, an ambitious fishus. He broke my line. That must have been a big one. I think I should have maybe held back just a little bit. I'm going to have to repair that. Go on with your story. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was just getting to the best part.
Go ahead. I'm going to try to catch
The
that
grizzly
sucker.
bear appeared, and Chip, I kid you not, this is one of the most terrifying moments in my entire life. I know how vicious grizzly bears can be. I know that they are literally predators. I had no other choice but to turn and run away. Turn tail and run.
Did you escape?
I did. I'm here with you today. I escaped.
Now,
as I said earlier, Jerry was a heavyset fellow.
Yeah, I got another fish on there.
Likely-
We're gonna not break my line here.
Couldn't,
Got ourselves another pickerel. Look at that. We'll call this one Jerry.
as I said before, Jerry was a heavyset gentleman. And, well,
Now I heard that you're supposed to play dead when it comes to grizzly bears. Is that true?
that typically doesn't work.
My goodness, Earl, this is quite the day. Here we go. Let's go easy on the line here. Another fighter. Would you look at that? We'll call this one Jerry Jr.
I think Texas is going to be void of all grass pickerel by the time we're done here today, Chip.
Earl, I think you might be right. We are wiping it clean out. Lone Star Lake, all your grass pickerel are mine.
Yeah.
This might be another good time to get another caller on the line. What do you think, Earl? Having pretty
That's
good
a-
luck so far. I'm pretty happy with this.
Fantastic idea.
Stop and go method is doing a really great job. You go, and then you stop, and then you go, and then you stop again.
Chip,
What is it, Earl?
you wouldn't believe who we have on the phone. It's our old friend Charles again.
Is
Now,
that right, Charles?
if you've seen our last two installments, you'll know that Charles has been a frequent caller, and we have helped him on 2 earlier occasions.
Charles is a very brave individual.
He's a loyal viewer.
He is.
Let's see what he's up to now.
Go ahead, Charles. Welcome back.
Hey Trip, hey Earl. It's me, Charles again.
Hi, Charles.
I like to say everything is back to normal, everything's good as gold, but I'd be lying. Ever since I've been calling into your show, things have been just getting progressively worse for me. I asked for your help about my illiteracy, you guys give me some good advice. Now everybody on the planet knows that I can't read and I can't write anymore. The kids in the classrooms are all making fun of me, they're calling me dum-dum. Tell you what, Chip and Earl, it's been a real roller coaster for me, and I gotta confess, I might have had a moment of weakness. This kid, Drew, a little whippersnapper, I call him, came up to me and he called me stupid head.
Oh,
That was the end of my straw right there. I can't go into detail, but I'll tell you one thing, I hit him. I hit him hard.
oh, Charles.
In the face with my fist. The administration got a hold of me and they fired me. I'm no longer employed at the library anymore. I've lost my job. I don't know what I'm gonna do. The mortgage isn't gonna pay itself. Things couldn't get worse for me right now. Charles, Chip and Earl, if there's anything you guys can do to help me out, I'm all ears.
Well, thanks.
Oh boy,
Thanks for calling,
that
Charles.
was an earful.
First, let me just say, for all of our viewers out there watching, and this isn't not a criticism, Charles, but if you have problems, alcohol is not usually a good way to solve them. Okay, I just wanted to say that. But seems like he's in a really difficult situation, Earl. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, he originally came to us asking for our help. He says he had a confession that he was illiterate, but he worked in a library with children.
It's very ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. Simple solution is that just start learning. Ask the kids for help and be honest with yourself. Be truthful and admit that you have a problem. That hadn't worked out for him. He is facing a vicious backlash. I don't understand society these days. People who need help don't receive help. They receive ridicule instead.
That's well said, Earl, and let me just add this, It's not always good to hit children in the face, but sometimes you gotta do it to keep them in line. And if you're gonna hit them in the face, a fist is a good thing to use.
See, Chip, no, there I'm going to disagree with you. It's never appropriate to hit a child on the bottom or in the face. We don't condone that kind of activity on Tackle Talk.
Well, so now there I just have to disagree with you, Earl. I mean, the kid
Chip?
called him a dum-dum.
Chip?
Earl, I'm not sure you've ever been called a dum-dum before.
You say you called him Stupid Head. Drew.
But it doesn't feel good. And sometimes
Chip?
a child's gotta learn. It's like when they put their hand on the hot stove. Now they know. Don't put your hand on the hot stove.
Chip? You can't hit children. You can't. Especially not with a fist. Especially not in the face. Especially if you work in a school, for crying out loud. You can't do that. Charles, violence is not the answer. There's other ways to handle your problems.
Well, I think we might have to just agree to disagree there, but I think this might be a good time to go to commercial. What do you think there, Earl? I think I could use a little break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah,
This is Earl Prescott.
I'm Chip Hamlin.
We'll see you next time.
So long. Hufflepuff.